Mr. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I request for the edification of the body a moment of personal privilege.
Granted.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President and colleagues, welcome back. It's good to see you. My comments begin and end with the people of Colorado. We are here to do the business and hopefully the will of the people of Colorado. It is always so when we come together in this chamber. The clarity of purpose for which the people send us to this chamber from time to time is sometimes hard to discern. Today, that is not so. We have been given clear direction by the people of Colorado. That direction can be summarized in 3 words: honest tax relief. In the last moments of the last regular session, when it was clear our policy deliberations were leading away from honest tax relief, our caucus, the Republican caucus, called for a pause, a reset, a chance to do the right thing. 193 days ago, I stood in this very spot. I looked right into that camera, and I called on the governor to do what he has now done, Governor Jared Polis, convene a special legislative session to give real and meaningful property tax relief to the people of Colorado. If that path had been chosen at that time, we would be spending this week with our families, giving thanks, instead of sitting here, restarting a policy debate that should have finished months ago. The financial burden the people of Colorado are facing is heavy. Right now in this state, families are contacting local realtors with genuine fear that they will have to move out of the homes that they have been in for years. Colleagues, the crisis we find ourselves in is not a surprise. Earlier this year, even before the county assessors announced the unprecedented spike in property valuations, members of the Republican caucus presented potential solutions to this legislature that would have eased the ever-increasing financial burden that Coloradans face. Most of our solutions were killed on party line votes. Our proposal to create a task force to address the crisis, offered by the senator from the northeast quarter, I would say, almost, of the corner of our state, Senator Byron Pelton, Senate Bill 305, was denied introduction until Senate Bill 303, also later known as HH, passed through committee, and then it was unceremoniously killed in that committee. Yet a form of that idea is now being proposed by the majority party. There's a theme of potential dialogue, collaboration here. The efforts of our caucus extended beyond the introduction of bills. We engaged in conversations with legislators, both sides of the aisle, and sought engagement with the executive branch on the matter as well. Time and again, our voices, speaking to address the grave and gathering storm of the property tax crisis, fell on deaf Democrat ears. Earlier this week, I was asked about the special session by a member of the media. The query: will Republicans have a seat at the table? I am here to tell you that is not the question. Republicans are at the table with the voters who by 20% rejected Proposition HH. The question is, will enough common sense Democrats join us, the Republican caucus, and the people of Colorado at the table they, the people, have set? Will we deliver honest tax relief? Our caucus has not hidden our proposal until the last minute. To repeat our proposal, we seek to cut property taxes for the people of Colorado by more than $1.3 billion this year. That will amount to hundreds of dollars per residential taxpayer. We also seek to cut property taxes for non-residential payers, including the small businesses of Colorado. Government burden on small business owners of Colorado is a leading cause for the spike in the unaffordability of life in Colorado. And although property taxes and the relief of them will not solve the problem, it is an important step in the right direction that this body can make. Because many special districts, especially our firefighting districts, built budgets based on the massive increase in anticipated property taxes, our proposal provides a small buffer, one-time and temporary. It is only partial, and we are grateful for the partnership local jurisdictions will play on the path to honest tax relief for the people. And the proposal does this without touching the Taxpayer Bill of Rights refund cash. That money is the people's savings account. It is not ours to spend. It is a due bill held by the people of Colorado. Additionally, we renew our proposal to create a task force that will identify and recommend to the legislature long-term solutions that we can implement going forward. The purpose of these solutions, colleagues, is to elevate the needs of the people above that of government. Recently, the phrase has been offered by the governor's office, people over politics, a sentiment no one could ever disagree with. But when the substance of Democrat proposals insists on squeezing every penny possible out of the taxpayers, that sounds a lot like government over the people. The solutions we propose, and hope you will join with us to advance, will put the people above government. And as I said, our solutions will not touch a dime of tax refunds owed to the people through the Taxpayer Bill of Rights. The voice of the minority party is sometimes too easy to ignore in this chamber. But the voice of the people is ringing with resonance in this chamber in this moment. Now is not the time for false or part measures. Did not the governor break the glass and pull the emergency lever? That's a good start. It's an acknowledgement of the crisis many Coloradans are in. Colleagues, please do not be cowed into believing that a window dressing tax bill that lowers tax rates by a few thousandths of a percent on residential property alone will answer the decisive demand of the people. To my Democrat colleagues, please be attentive to the inescapable truth that any violation of the Taxpayer Bill of Rights, no matter how artfully hidden, will risk raising the ire of the people of Colorado, whether it's hidden in a too clever by half expansion of earned income tax credit or a rejiggering of the refund process. Those who choose to ignore the voice of the people do so at their political peril. Please, colleagues, across the aisle, all those willing to consider common sense, please place the people over government. Let's provide honest tax relief. I look forward to our deliberations. Colleagues, thank you so much for your attention. Mr. President, thank you for the privilege of speaking in this chamber.